make an infinity scarf. People think it's very difficult. It's really very, very simple. I'm going to make my first loop, and I am going to go in and cast on about 120. So cast on. You can cast on any way you want. This is what I decided to do this way because like that I don't waste yarn. See, I don't have to do anything with this until I just sew it together with the other side. So I don't waste yarn. So there we go. And I am just going to be casting on and casting on and casting on.
What size needles are those?
Oh, they're big. They're like a 10.5. And I found this yarn. It's quite strange. I think I like it. See, it has all kinds of different textures there. I think it's going to come up really nicely. So anyway, let's see what it looks like. But I am going to make an infinity scarf, and I know I have enough with one ball of yarn, so that's going to be nice. So I cast it on 120. As you can see, these circular needles are not very long, and it's on purpose. You can fit a lot of stitches there, but if they were longer, you would have to cast on more stitches because you have to put it together. So I finished casting on my stitches here. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to begin knitting on the next needle. So the next needle is this one. That's where I started. This is where I was casting on. I continue knitting here in order to close the scarf. So it's going to be a circular scarf, but on the next row is when I am going to do the infinity trick. Not on this one yet because it's not necessary. I am just going to show you. You keep knitting around and around and around, just knitting, which is nice. Now this is an infinity scarf, and this, the second row, is where the magic happens. So make sure that all your stitches are looking toward the inside. All your stitches are looking toward the inside of your loop. They're all there. Okay, now in order to do the infinity scarf, since it's twisted, we are going to twist it. We're going to do one around and around. See? So now you can see that I have twisted this row.
Can you repeat that?
One. I can repeat it. So let's put it back to where it was. All the stitches were toward the inside. There we go. Now, this stays in place. This one here is going to go around and around. So now all these stitches are on the inside, but that is your twist right there. And you can see it, it's twisted. You can see it right there. Those are the stitches that I had before, and the twist is going right there. And I will keep on knitting I will knit, let's say, maybe 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, of course, I'm knitting it with a bigger needles than what the yarn calls for, because I like it that all this texture shows. Now, in order to keep them from untwisting, I am going to sew the beginning, which is right there, to this part there, so I know that it's not going to go anywhere. So now they are together and the twist has happened. Now, of course, you're going to be using your stitches, and you don't have to do anything anymore. You don't have to remember about twisting anymore. It has been done once. That's all you need to do. And from now on, the only thing you need to do is keep on knitting around and around and around, and the twist will stay. See, it's right there.
Now, can you do this? Like, can you knit more before you twist? Can you make more rows?
No.
Before you twist, or it has to happen like on the second row?
It has to happen on the first or on the second row, because if you do it in, like after this, the twist is going to show right there, and your yarn is going to look like this, like crossed, and it's not going to look pretty. See, right there, it is nice and even. If you do it after the second row, your yarn would look like this, like overlapped. Mm-hmm. And you don't want that. Mm. And if you do it on the first row or on the second, it's the same thing.
What if you do it like in the 6th or 10th?
No, see, it would be overlapped.
Oh, I see.
It would be overlapped like this.
Oh.
It would be like, it would look crossed, like it would not look nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happened to one of my students that she thought it was crooked, and she didn't quite get the concept of doing it on the first or second row, and she untwisted it, and it looked really bad. So, and it shows, all your stitches have to be toward the center, and your twisty part would be, let's see, it's right there. See, but you don't have to worry about it anymore. You just keep on knitting. Make sure that all your stitches are looking toward the bottom when you're knitting, and that's it.